Ellen. Are you really not coming to the hospital again? You haven't come to the hospital even once since our father felt ill.
Yeah, not sure I can make it today. Sorry. I have plans and won't be back until evening.
When are you going to have time, for God's sake? You married Dad and he soon became ill. You're his wife. Don't you even care?
His other kids are there, right? What's the problem? I really don't see a problem here. He's way happier having his kids than little me.
But that doesn't mean you can just ignore this and stay away. At least visit once. Seems the respectful thing to do. My younger brother are saying the same things. Have a little sympathy for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well, I may not have time, but let me think about it. I'll pop in if I can spare the time. Until then, take care of things over there, would you? I'd appreciate it.
Are you kidding me? Spare time? All you're doing is going out drinking with your friends. You have all the time in the world, in my opinion.
Huh? Why do you know that? Oh, I get it. You saw me somewhere, right?
I saw you on social media. Looks like you're having one hell of a good time. Just the other night, you went to some expensive club downtown with those male hookers. You spent thousands of dollars. You even held an extravagant party at your place.
Oh, please, stop it. Are you checking on me because you suddenly fell in love with me? How embarrassing. Actually, it's kind of creepy to tell you the truth.
I wasn't checking. It just happened to be in my usual feed. After all, you married my dad. Forget about that. That's nothing. I want you to stop using all of my father's money for your own enjoyment. Can't you understand the dire situation that my father is in? If my father hears what you've been doing, it'll break his heart.
What is to you, anyways? He's my husband, not yours. I'll do as I like. What's so wrong about a wife using her husband's money?
All I'm saying is for you to think of the circumstances. Your husband is in the hospital. That alone should alarm you. What's more, my father didn't give you permission to use his money. Even if you're married, you spend way over what's normal.
What the hell are you talking about? Don't you even know what your father's total assets are? A few $1,000 is just a drop in the bucket.
At any rate, there's a limit to how much you can spend. Money doesn't grow on trees. You do know that my father's money isn't yours. You didn't earn it.
I think if we're legally married, the money belongs to us both. So I really don't see a problem here. As a matter of fact, Irene, who gives you the right to act as your father's abbreviator anyways?
What are you trying to say? That it doesn't concern me?
Yeah, I guess. You're a grown woman. You have your own family. To me, you just come off as a busybody, always nosing around where you have no business nosing around.
He's my father. I have the right to be a little inquisitive of my father's well-being.
Yeah, well, whatever. Sorry to hurt your feelings. So that's settled. Can I go now? I got a friend waiting on me.
Who's more important to you, this so-called friend or my father?
You're starting to sound like some character in a daytime soap opera.
I'm serious. I'm not joking around.
Yeah, but you do make me laugh sometimes. I gotta go. Look after my hubby for me, would ya? Please, Irene, would you stop calling me? The buzzing is driving me nuts.
What is it?
Is there something you want?
What do you think I want, Ellen? I wish you would just answer your phone. We need to talk.
I said I'm busy. I don't have time to answer the phone. You're always pestering me. What's with the non-stop phone calls? Want to hear my sweet and soothing voice? So, what is it? What do you want?
My father's condition has suddenly worsened. You have to get to the hospital right this moment before it's too late.
His condition has gotten worse? Seriously? Does that mean he doesn't have long? You think maybe he'll never wake up?
You make it sound like he's already passed away. His condition has worsened, but he's alive.
Sorry about that. It's just that you phoned me, so I imagined the worst. Just a natural reaction, that's all. Don't get all high-strung.
I don't care if it's just a natural reaction. How could you say something like that, for crying out loud?
Alright already, I'm sorry. So what? He's gonna be okay, is that what you're saying?
I just talked to the doctor, and he said some grime diagnosis, but if he can just get through this right now, and his fever goes down, then maybe, just maybe.
Oh, right, I figured as much. Finally, huh? It was way longer than I expected.
Longer than? What are you talking about?
Your dad was already physically pretty weak when we married, right? So, I figured I would get his inheritance right away without having it all dragged out. But he seems to be hanging on even now. But maybe the long wait is over, huh? I was getting worried that his word would go on for months or maybe years. That would have been hell.
Hang on a second, Ellen. Are you seriously saying that? Although you haven't been married for long, the fact does not change that he's your husband.
Right back at you, Irene. Do you really believe what you just said? Do you realize how old your father is, for goodness sake? He's like the same age as my folks. Did you really think I loved him? You're way dumber than I thought if you believed that. Now you're the one making jokes, Irene.
Are you telling me that you married my father just for his money?
You really think I would marry an old sick cheeser like your father? Out of love?
For the love of God, you're delusional.
But I did fulfill my spousal obligations. You have no right to accuse me of anything, my dear.
What spousal obligation? All you did was use my father's money to enjoy yourself. Not once did you visit my father in the hospital. How could you even say that?
After his previous wife passed away, I was the one who cheered him up. He was crying out of companionship. He said he was lonely, and I satisfied his needs. That's all he wanted. I paid my dues to him. No one can fault me for that, much less you.
Your attitude is despicable. Don't you have a modicum of sympathy for my father?
Please, don't start with the melodrama again. I'm really not in the mood. Just text me when he's gone, okay? I'll make sure I attend his funeral. I can do that much. But all the preparations are too much for me, so you guys handle that part, okay?
I can't believe the lack of respect you have towards my father. I can never forgive you for this. Just remember that. Do you really think everybody who attend the funeral will even talk to you?
The only people who'll be coming to the funeral will be relatives and from the people of work. Right? After the funeral, they'll just end up as total strangers to me. I don't really give a damn what they think of me, to be honest. Okay, so don't forget to call me. See ya.
Hey, Irene. Must have been pretty hectic with the funeral and all.
You're the eldest, so it must have been hard on you.
My brothers were here with me. They helped me out, so it's fine. Unlike someone I know.
You sound kinda upset. You are, aren't you? You're mad at me.
I can't understand why you would think otherwise. Actually, I'm furious. You didn't even show up after my father died. You really had the nerve show up at the funeral? If you weren't my father's wife, I would have taken their broom and kicked you out of there.
Goodness me. No need to get so angry, Irene. You continue to be angry like that, you'll never know happiness. Light up.
Sorry, but I really can't stoop to your level. And why the hell are you texting me? I have nothing more to do with you. I'm pretty busy right now, so I wish you would just make it quick.
You don't have to be so rude. Oh well, whatever. I just want to verify something with you. That family meeting to discuss what's going to happen going forward, that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow at noon. What do you care?
Care? Of course I care. What are you, nuts? The most important issue has to be discussed. I also wanted to convey something to you to make sure there's no misunderstanding.
Please stop beating around the bush, would you? Just give it to me straight. Like I said, I'm busy.
Yeah, right. Then I better get on with it, huh? About that inheritance, it all belongs to me. Just so you guys are aware of that. All you kids must nullify all rights to my inheritance. You get that?
Boy, you don't give up, do you? I was wondering what you were going to say. Is your brain made out of money? That's all you think about. I bet you see dollar signs everywhere. In addition to that, you don't seem to know anything about anything. I'm amazed by your total stupidity.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean I know anything? Come on, explain yourself.
Actually, we all only learned about this the other day in the hospital. We learned that you and my dad were never really married. So, about that inheritance that you were counting on, you get nothing, I'm afraid.
Pardon me? Are you out of your mind? You've totally lost it, Irene. I'm not laughing for information, not funny. Anyways, a butt-faced lie won't pass muster with me.
It's not a lie. I checked all of Dad's documents after he passed. There's no evidence whatsoever that he even married you. No marriage certificate, no application to City Hall, nothing.
That can't be right. Did you even check the proper papers? I distinctly remember signing the marriage application. He even gave me a wedding ring. I have it right here.
Yeah, you signed it all right, but Dad never submitted. Meaning, it's just a useless piece of paper. I found the application with your name on it in Dad's desk drawer. I had no idea about the ring. So, legally speaking, you and my dad aren't married. Just total strangers. You have zero right to inherit even 1 penny.
Don't give me that crap. This is not possible. We're legally married. Check the other papers. Oh, I get it. You're making this all up so you guys can hoard the whole thing. That's what this is about, isn't it?
Why would I go through all this trouble to contact someone elaborate lie? A little checking and the whole lie would be proven false.
I don't know about that. You could falsely something. You could falsify something. Show me the proof then. I want to see the proof.
You really don't believe me, do you? You want to see his personal legal files? Okay. It's an official notarized document. I think it'll be proof enough. Nothing in here about you. Here's a photo of it.
What the hell is this? My name? Where's my name? He never legally registered me as his wife? How can that be?
Here's your proof. Straight from Dad's files. None of us knew anything about this. We all thought you guys were legally married. That's why we treated you with respect. We figured you were our legal stepmom, but you failed to return that respect.
This is not happening. How could this be? Why didn't that idiot submit the marriage application?
Did you just forget or what? Actually, we just read his will. It said he was well aware that you did not love him.
Pardon me? He knew? He knew I didn't love him? All this time? He was only pretending?
Yeah, looks that way. That's why he wasn't very concerned that you did not visit him in the hospital.
Is that why he didn't submit the application? He knew I didn't love him, and to go back at me? Didn't legally make me his wife? Was this some kind of sick revenge? Is this his idea of payback?
No, I don't think it was out of vengeance. Dad was grateful for your companionship. Like you said, he was lonely after Mom died. He was thankful for the times he spent with you.
Then why did he leave me high and dry?
He could have at least left me something. If he was so grateful, this is what I get in return?
I feel like I've been defrauded.
Actually, Dad did it because he cared for you. For your future.
I'm supposed to be grateful for this? This is more like a mean-spirited joke.
Dad knew he didn't have long to live. That's why he didn't submit the application. He didn't want you to be a lonely widow. He probably believed you wouldn't be able to live alone without him. He did you a favor even after death.
Don't start another sob fest. If you feel so sorry for me, give me half of the inheritance. At least do that, and then I'll be out of your hair.
My father gave you his credit card when he got married. Isn't that right? You made considerable use of that card. Considering how much you spent, I think it's more than enough compensation. But that was a pittance. I was supposed to get the whole inheritance. This is not right. That spending spree with his card and the inheritance? These are two completely different issues. But I'm sure if we check the card statements, it'll be obvious that you spent quite a bit. I don't see why you would ask for more. That's just being greedy, but greed is your forte. You never had a modicum of love for my father. Why should you even receive anything from him? But what was I supposed to? I mean, why did I even marry that old geezer? I waited patiently for him to pass so that I could enjoy the rest of my life. Well, it was only a year, but you had fun while it lasted, right? You were able to buy anything you wanted. You ate at the best restaurants. What more can you ask for? I suggest you live with that memory. The memory? Are you kidding me? I don't want memories. I want money. Memories are for chumps. Pay me if you want to get rid of me. I have that right, don't I? My father has passed away. That makes us complete strangers. No, wait. We've always been strangers, come to think of it. You were never our stepmom. But your dad loved me and cared about me, all right? Doesn't that count for anything? So, on behalf of your father's feelings, you should pay me. That makes no difference now that he's gone. To me, you're like some kind of pest. Well, the pest has been neutralized. That's an invaluable outcome of this whole story. After that conversation, I blocked her from my Line app. I have to confess that I didn't want to hear her voice again. But she didn't give up that easily. It turns out because a few days later, she came barging into our home demanding that we share the inheritance. But with the help of my brothers and the threat of calling the police, we were finally able to chase her off. We warned her that we wouldn't hesitate to call the police if this persisted, and that little warning seems to have taken care of the problem. I later heard from a friend who knows her that she's in deep in debt. Apparently, after the high life she enjoyed with my father's money never really subsided, and she continued to live that extravagant lifestyle which eventually left her unable to make ends meet. She tried selling off all the jewelry and brand goods she bought with Dad's money, but it wasn't enough to cover her enormous debt. She married my dad for money, and after he passed, rather than turning her life around, her obsession with money continued undebated. Money seems to be her sole obsession. Maybe it was a fitting demise.
Rita, how about the text you sent me? Are you going on a trip with my mom?
Yeah, your mother invited me to go on a trip with her. Jake, I'm sorry to leave you behind. I feel sorry to go on vacation while you're on your business trip.
No, don't worry. I bet you're tired from looking after my sick dad for us. You deserve some rest, Rita.
But I still feel sorry. I heard you're gonna pay for all the expenses for the trip. Not only mine, but also your family's. And about your father. You're gonna pay for his nursing home fees as well while I'm away.
Don't worry, Rita. Mom insisted that she'll pay for any additional fees. So there's not much money that I'll be paying.
Oh, I see. Thanks for sorting things out.
No, there's nothing to thank me about. I was also worried about my dad anyways. It's my choice to pay for your trips, there's nothing to be worried about.
But the price is pretty expensive. Should I ask your mother to pay for some of our fees? Maybe they could pay for half of the nursing home fees.
It's okay. I have my reasons for paying for everything, Rita.
What do you mean?
You see, my mom and my sister, they can be pretty harsh on you sometimes. It's been a while since you started living with my family, but you still look uncomfortable around them.
Well, yeah. I should try harder to have a good relationship with them.
It's me who has to try harder. Ideally, I should help you get along with my family as your husband. I'm sorry if my family is making you uncomfortable. If only I had a less busy work schedule.
Don't worry, Jake.
But still...
I'm okay. By the way, what's your reasons for paying for a trip?
Oh, yeah, about that. If I pay, I think Mom won't be too harsh on you during the trip. I'm being strategic about this. I really hope you can enjoy your trip.
Thanks, Jake. That's really sweet of you. I also want to get along with your mother and sister better. I think the trip might be the perfect opportunity.
I hope so too. I won't be able to go with you because I have some work to do, but I really hope that you'll have a great time.
Thanks. I'll get you some souvenirs, so look forward to it, alright? I'll send it to you after our trip's over.
I'll look forward to it. Have fun, Rita. He might feel a bit pressured being alone with my mom and my sister. But the purpose of this trip is for you to have fun.
I'm pretty excited for this weekend, to be honest. I'll send you some photos, too. Hello, Mom. It's been a while since you lost shopping with Selena. When are you coming home?
Rita, what are you talking about? We're not going home.
But we're leaving for a trip tomorrow. I thought we would be off after taking Dad to the nursing home. Do you remember?
Oh, about that. There's nothing to worry about. My daughter and I already arrived at our hotel.
Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
I told you that we're leaving tomorrow. But we actually plan to leave today.
Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'll be on my way as soon as possible.
There's no need. You're staying at home, Rita. Who's gonna take care of my husband if all of us are on a trip?
But I thought we were taking him to a nursing home temporarily.
That's a lie, of course. I never contacted the nursing home. They won't come to pick him up tomorrow.
Why did you do this to me? I thought you invited me to join you on the trip.
I changed my mind. If you come with us, I won't be able to have fun. I'll be stressed out. I want to enjoy this trip with my real daughter.
Was this your plan all along?
I told you I changed my mind. Just take care of my husband while we're away, okay? Oh, and we'll be sure to get some souvenirs for Jake, so there's nothing to worry about.
I'll take care of your husband while you're on your trip?
What a nice daughter-in-law. You're a wise lady to listen what your mother-in-law says. You used to be a stranger to us. You should be thankful that we welcome you into our family.
Thank you. And I have something to tell you. It's hard to tell you this, but could you please pay me back my money? I'm not in a hurry, so I would appreciate it if you can pay me when you come back from your trip.
Money? What money?
The money I paid for the trip and the nursing home fees. I'm not going on the trip anymore, and I don't think you need the nursing home fees if I'm staying behind to look after him.
I think I paid you the other day. Oh, that money. Thanks to you, we were able to have a nice dinner. Thanks, Rita.
No, you have to pay me back. The money wasn't for you.
I'll never pay you back.
Even if you don't want to, you have to pay me back. I paid you quite a lot of money.
Rita, are you complaining to me?
I'm not complaining. I paid you beforehand because I thought I was also going on the trip. I'm not going to be joining you two on the trip, so I think you should pay me back.
How can you demand that, Rita? We agreed to live together for you. We welcomed a stranger to join our family when we were also busy taking care of my ill husband. Think of the money as a payment of appreciation.
I don't think I was ever welcome in this family. I'm also in charge of doing everything around the house. I'm the only one doing housework and taking care of your husband.
You're the daughter-in-law, Rita. You are not my real daughter. You should be feeling thankful.
Okay, I get it.
Let me tell you one last thing. Don't you ever tell Jake about this. He's on a business trip, right? We're the only ones at home. We can punish you as much as you want. There's no one to help you.
Yes, I understand.
Just look after my husband at home, okay? Make yourself useful as a daughter-in-law. If you want to maintain a good relationship with us, just be a good girl, Rita.
Rita, have you arrived at your hotel? How's the spa? Is Mom having fun? And are you having fun?
I haven't been to the spa yet. But I think your mother is having fun.
Oh, you haven't been to the spa yet. How's everything going? Are they being harsh on you again?
Hey, Jake. Will you always be on my side, no matter what?
What's wrong? Is everything okay? I'm your husband, Rita. I'm always on your side. Are they being harsh on you? Be honest with me.
Not exactly. They left me at home because I'm the daughter-in-law. They also used up all the money I paid to them for the trip.
Huh? They left you behind? And did you just tell me that they used up all your money?
They never planned to take me with them. She told me that I should stay at home and take care of your father.
Huh, that doesn't make sense. Did Mom tell you this?
Yeah, I have the conversation saved in my messages. I asked her to pay me back the money. But she told me to consider as payment of appreciation because they welcomed me who used to be a stranger.
Did she tell you that you're a stranger? Is this because we live with them?
Yeah. She also made sure that I won't tell you about this.
I'm really sorry, Rita. I can't believe they did this to you. How can they even ask you to make it a secret from me?
Well, they've always been pretty harsh on me. I wanted to discuss something regarding this incident with you.
Yeah, they've definitely been harsh on you since we got married. And what do you want to discuss with me?
I want to move out. I know it's going to be hard for you, but after this incident, I don't think I can bear it any longer. I'm sorry, I'm being selfish.
I'm the one who should apologize. I'm really sorry that you had to endure all this. Being busy with work was no excuse. I should have taken better care of you because you're my beloved wife.
No, Jake. You've been trying your best too.
Thanks, Rita. Let's move out. It's your choice.
Thanks. But what should we do about your father? He's been really ill recently. I don't think he's fully conscious. To be honest, I'm worried to ask your mother and your sister to take care of your father.
We'll figure something out, don't worry. I'll get home as soon as possible. So, can I ask you to look after him till I get home?
Yep, no problem. Thanks.
I bet you're really tired, Rita. Thanks for taking care of him.
Rita, where are you? My husband is nowhere to be found as well. Why don't you greet us now that we're back from our trip?
Welcome home, Mom. I'm sorry I'm unable to greet you in person. I'm currently out of the house.
Where's my husband? Don't tell me. You took him out of the house in that condition.
No, don't worry. He's currently at a nursing home. I think it's a better environment for him.
Nursing home? Did you force him to join a nursing home because you no longer wanted to take care of him? How can you decide this on your own, daughter-in-law?
It's not my decision. Jake agreed too.
Jake? Why is he here? I thought he was on his business trip.
We decided to move out of your house. But we can't just leave Dad at home. He temporarily joined a nursing home as a trial.
Wait a minute, you moved out? Don't tell me you told Jake everything.
Yes, I told him everything. Can't just move out without telling him the reason.
Don't be ridiculous. Didn't I tell you, Rita? I told you that I will never forgive you if you told Jake about our conversation. Don't you remember?
Yes, I remember you threatening me.
I never threatened you. I was just talking to you as your mother-in-law. I thought you knew the consequences of telling Jake. But you still chose to tell him. You'll have to face the consequences.
Oh, I don't care.
Be careful with your language. You're talking to your mother-in-law. Be more respectful.
I'm being respectful enough. I'm gonna be honest with you, but threats only work when you're in disadvantage. And in this case, I wasn't in a disadvantage.
What do you mean?
I knew Jake would be on my side. He is always on my side no matter what. You're the one who's in a disadvantage. Can you stop us from moving out? Do you have the power to do that?
You naughty little kid. Can you respect your mother-in-law?
I have always been respectful, Mom. I tried to be the ideal wife you all wanted me to be.
Then be the ideal daughter-in-law. Just obey my orders.
After what happened, I made my decision. I can't bear to live with you any longer. Jake feels the same.
Stop being selfish. What are you gonna do about my husband?
Jake was also worried about his father. We decided to live with you in the first place because we were worried about him.
Jake loves his father. I don't think he can ever move out. Are you lying to me about you two moving out?
Didn't I tell you this already? Your husband is currently at a nursing home.
So what?
We're just trying things out, so we don't know how it'll turn out. But if he likes his new home, he'll move in there.
Are you trying to kick him out of our house? I will never allow you to make this decision by yourself.
I didn't make this decision by myself. Your husband also supported us about moving out. He said he'll move into a nursing home and pay for the fees using his own savings.
My husband said that? He stays in bed most of the time. He never seems fully conscious even when he's awake. How is he capable to talk like this?
You've never really taken care of him. I was always taking care of him alone. So I guess you don't know what he's capable of doing. He can be fully conscious sometimes. He's perfectly capable to communicate with us when he's conscious.
Even if that was true, why would he want to move into a nursing home? We're living with him. We can take care of him after you move out. Why would he want to use all of his savings for this?
I guess he doesn't trust his wife nor daughter. He told me about his honest feelings. He was scared to make you and your daughter take care of him.
How can he say that? I'm his wife.
That doesn't matter. If he cannot trust you, you're no different than a stranger. He's worried to make a stranger, who he can't trust, look after him.
I can't believe it. How much does it cost for him to join a nursing home? My daughter doesn't have a job.
I'm not exactly sure yet. But I think it'll be pretty expensive. You're asking the professionals to take care of him.
I can't pay for that. We've been living on my husband's money. I need his money to make a living.
Then how about you find a job? I bet you got plenty of rest, making me do everything around the house after I married Jake. I'm not sure if you have the skill to get a job, but both of you definitely have enough energy to work. Good luck in earning your own money for the very first time. After Jake and I found a new place to live, we finally moved out of his parents' house. While we were looking for a new house, we were also trying our best to find a nice nursing home for his father. My parents offered, not only us, but also his father to stay at their place for the time being, so I never had to interact with his mother, nor his sister, after our conversation using messages. Luckily, we found a nice nursing home around the same time we found our new house. So we're now living a relaxed life in different environments. Jake's mother and sister no longer was able to depend on their father's money. And I heard they're having a hard time working their part-time jobs. I demanded them to pay back the money I gave them for the trip, so I guess they'll have to work even harder. They've been on a very long vacation, so I hope they try their best to earn a living by themselves from now on.